than wrath! Worse than wrath!
Nicely done!
What's the target?
Come on!
Ahek worse than wrath!
You won't get me!
Ahek worse than wrath! Ahek worse than wrath!
Everyone okay?
Ahek worse than wrath!
Oh, no, you don't!
Worse than wrath! Ahek worse than wrath!
Not bad, envoy. Too hot!
Beware, Outlander. A fiend haunts these lands of such beauty and terror that a mere glance could unravel your courage. Reengrim, the Archmage of Terror. A cold heart beats in her chest, starved of love or mercy, like the frozen breath of Rimagond. Do not seek her out! Spare yourself my awful fate! Well, I don't feel fine. I sought the Archmage to conquer my fear of death, to keep Berith at bay. But Reengrim, her help came at a terrible cost. She showed me how I'm going to die. And it's more awful than I could have imagined. I'm going to be trampled to death by wild horses. I have yet to see a horse in the living lands, but that just means they could be around any corner. Ignore my warning at your own peril. Beware, Outlander. Beware.
figure this is the homestead Laguna told us about?
Holy gods! Someone actually came! Please, you have to help my friends! They're gods! They're monsters! Yes! Helia on high, that's exactly what I need.
You're nothing if not efficient.
They were good people. And I can't, I'm not... Their souls can't rest like this, and I'm not strong enough to put them down myself. Please, they didn't deserve... They were... My gods. How did this happen? You're a good person, stranger. Better than me. Emiwa, Eornu, everyone, please. Forgive me. Find me when it's over.
Think of it this way. They're already gone.
Who got fear
We're
in
just
the
taking
eye?
care of
Burn
the
the
remains.
Worse than rock! I think worse than rock! I think worse than rock!
Never had a chance.
I think worse than rock!
Another down. Another glorious battle.
Gather round.
I think worse than rock!
We see you.
Nice shot.
I think worse than rock!
Who's next? Anyone?
I couldn't do anything. I'm gods. I'm useless. But you helped them. They can rest now. How did you find us? What are you doing out here? Old Nakunu? But I thought he wanted us dead. I don't understand. Are the others... Are they alive? After our last deal, I couldn't stay. It didn't seem safe to stay. He wanted things out of life that Ruanga and I didn't. Money, citizenship in your empire, a big manor house in High Crown's Port. And he'd do, well, unsavory things to get them. Why should I? A favor. Yeah, it's just a drink. Just an hour. Yeah, it's nothing. Maybe it's time to stop. Stop running. Stop hiding. Turn and face things. Face Nakunu. All right. I'll go. I'll go to Thirdborn. As soon as I can find the courage.
You won't have to look hard for courage. It's there for you to call upon when needed.
Thank you all. I'll try.
You do. Remember, you've got friends. Friends waiting there. This one's down.
We've got company.
Worse than rot! Ahek worth and wrath!
Nicely done.
Worth and wrath! Ahek worth and wrath!
I'll wager those artifacts you found fit together somehow. Let's have a closer look at camp. quiet as a soul.
I heard something move below us. Let's check it out.
Mountains, valleys, perhaps a code of some kind?
Be honest. Did you figure it out, or was that a lucky guess?
Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth!
You're bleeding!
Worth and Roth!
Come and get me!
Worth and Roth!
Under my...
Let's see what you got!
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Worth and Roth!
Bravo!
worse than rot! Worse than rot! Worse than rot!
You're mine now!
Worse than rot! Worse than rot!
Next one's mine!
Forgive me. I keep thinking of home.
Worse than rot! 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 Worse than rot!
Couldn't have done it better. Quick as a fox.
Worse than rot! Worse than rot!
You won't get me. Come on! Come on!
They won't get past me!
Worse than rot! Worse than rot! Worse than rot!
Just a little spark. Power goes a long way.
Charge it up. Just a little. Charge it up.
Power goes a long way.
Worth and rot! Worth and rot! Then! Worth and rot! I think worth and rot! I think worth and rot!
Come and get me! Good one!
Who's ready for more?
That's Tama's badge. You found it. It really was out here all this time. Right where we left it. sure is. Reminds me of old times. Long marches under the desert sun. Scouting runs through sandstorms so thick we had to tie our tunics over our mouths. Oh, he was an incredible bastard. Led the defense of Thirdborn, which meant he also led most of our patrols. He'd wake us up before dawn with the most off-key singing you've ever heard and a pot of burnt merc brew. He kept us marching until we had sand in every orifice you can think of, and a few you didn't know you had. Just when it felt like we were going to collapse, he'd call it and we'd make camp. And somehow, we'd all find the energy for a few rounds of cards or songs or stories. He did. Coming back here was a mistake. I don't know what we're doing here. Because I'm a glutton for punishment? Here's the truth. I led a patrol. We were ambushed. Tama came to our rescue. And he suffered a fatal wound in the process. We did our best to keep him in one piece while we hauled him back. He was the color of an eel's belly. The stubborn bastard made it all the way back to Thirdborn. We got him a sickbed, but we knew he didn't have long. I wish I could believe that. You ever had to watch someone fade away? When it's slow and agonizing, no glory, no din of battle, no distractions. Then you know. It's like sitting still while someone drags rusty nails over your skin. Sitting there, I noticed that he was missing his badge. And all the time I'd known him, I'd never seen him take it off. Cruel irony, isn't it? He comes to our rescue, and in the process, he loses the thing that marks him as a soldier. I'm sorry, Envoy. I haven't talked about this in a while. I never thought I'd tell this story again. But there's something about the way you've led us, the clarity you've kept. Something about you that inspires confidence. Kind of like well, thanks. Just having his badge in hand means more than you know. There's just one last thing I've got to do. There's a memorial site with some cairns on the cliffs east of Thirdborn. One of those cairns is Tama's. It's time I said goodbye. Let's go.
I wasn't expecting to see anyone this far from Thirdborn. Are you... Your face! Your markings! They're positively magical. I had a terrible time trying to find a guide in Thirdborn who'd take me here. But meeting you makes it all worth it. You're right, I'm sorry. You have to admit, though, you are a prime specimen. I'm a mycologist, you see, and I'm working on a compendium of the different types of fungus in the living lands. Sure enough, what happens as soon as I show up? A fungus-based illness. There's a riot of data out here. Oh, always. Actually, since you're here, I'm having some trouble with the sporlings. I've devoted my whole life to my fungal friends. But I'm finding that the ambulatory ones aren't quite as, friendly. In fact, they're quite murderous. I'd normally be against harming them, but please kill the sporlings before they kill me. Thank you. The satisfaction of having helped the cause of progress. Good luck. Oh, I've got to write these measurements down before I forget.
Here we go!
Worth and rough! Worth and rough!
Nice shot!
I was worried for a second.
I saw everything. You taught that sporling a lesson it won't soon forget. Or, well, it's not alive to remember, but you know what I mean. Wait. That means it's safe to go back to my experiments. I'll have to collect everything and... I am suddenly very busy. Pardon me.
That should suit her fine. Until the next Borling comes along.
Mycology is an exciting field. You study the mushrooms, and sometimes...
You're a Diran, right? Over here. Welcome to Shatterscarp. Or, welcome to Shark's Teeth, anyway. Damn. I didn't think you'd actually talk to someone like me. Oh! Sorry. I'm not used to Diran punctuality. Listen, I've got to take some supplies to that tower up the road. They're for Kotoa and Hayako. Have you heard of them?
The ones who set a trap for Adirans? We've met.
Wait, you've already met them? Oh, they're brilliant, aren't they? Huh. You're tougher than you look, scumbag. Wait! At least tell me what happened at the tower. How'd you survive? No. Kutabao, no! I'll kill you for this!
Worth and rough!
Still remember the first time I saw these dunes. In the heat haze, they looked just like waves.
Worth and rough!
You tear it!
Worth and rough! Worth and rough!
Just one measly dungeon, how bad can it be?
No, Dario. I'm not doing this.
This is your fault. You went soft on that merchant. Barely nicked him. Reckon he lived and ratted us out to the constable. So we're gonna lay low in these ruins and sit on our haul. Who knows? Maybe we'll find treasures inside that'll make us rich.
Rich? You're gonna kill us all. Wow's eyes. Who are you? I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have listened to you. First you said we should come to the Living Lands, and I went with you.
Stealing from that merchant was your idea, though. And credit where credit is due. It was a solid one.
Now you want me to break into some dungeon full of traps? I've had it.
Kuta Bao, if it bothered you that much, you should have said so. Told you we should have gone into the ruins instead. I told you it'd be simpler. Now look what happened. Shut up and draw your blade already. We can argue after we kill this sanctimonious little shit.
Shake it off. That's one for us.
That looks like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with at camp. Capo's been busy. I should have known he couldn't sit still.
Keep your eyes open. I have butterflies in my stomach. That's never a good sign.
Wouldn't want to be near those when they fall.
Just a little spark.
I think worse and rough!
Next one's mine!
Worse and rough! Worse than rough!
Hey! Over here!
I think worse than rough! Worse than rough!
Under my
worse than rough!
Not bad, envoy. Out! That'll show 'em.
Looks like we weren't the only ones searching for the heart.
We make a good squad.
This has to be a joke, right? No treasure is worth this much trouble.
could see it in the flesh.
Seems our local legend has not been entirely honest.
All the years we heard that story, and half of it was a lie. We thought Umpara just left. Part of me wishes I still did.
He could have shared the credit.
No trap? Huh. Maybe he figured if we made it this far, we'd earned it.
Thank Aethys. I thought you'd never come out of there. I've been waiting for ages. I'm fine. Uncle Capo taught me everything I need to survive. It's why he's always so... No! I can't get distracted. This is too important. Listen to me. I came to find you as soon as I heard what my uncle asked you to do. I just wanted you to meet him, not go on one of his stupid escapades. What do you think? You have to put the heart back. Or take it away. Whatever you do, don't give it to him. A fraud? What? But why wouldn't he? That's nonsense. Every Leviathan hunter knows the risks. Oh, gods. People think my uncle is the greatest hero they've ever had. He's the spirit of Thirdborn. If that gets out, what do we do? We can't tell anyone. All right, I trust your judgment. But what about the heart? You can't give it to him. You just can't. No, it's not. Apparently, if you grind a fossilized Leviathan heart and mix it with wine, it becomes a poison. I found his notes on it. I think that's what he wants it for. My uncle's a hunter. A trapper. That's cold-blooded murder. He won't play Azatoa with me. He won't go out on walks with me anymore. He kept saying he didn't want to go out without being himself. I thought he meant leaving the house. You've got to put a stop to it. Any way you know how.
The wolf eats the hemlock. What suffering could be so great?
If I can't change your mind, then I'm going to get the Tiranui. Maybe he can stop my uncle. I'll be there as soon as I can. I have to. He's the only family I've got. I'll see you soon.
Eckworth and Roth!
Party in the brush! Invaders in the
Eckworth and Roth!
Another win, but who's counting?
I'll fix it!
Eckworth and Roth!
Aim where? Come and get me!
Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth!
That was a close one.
Ready, aim. Stand back.
Something happened here. A spinner lay its trap in the dark. A home became a prison became a home. We thrash against the web that binds. What must we do to escape? Our mind drifts, with knots wind like flowers. Is our prison real? We search for answers, They soothe us.
I must have done 100 shifts on the floor.
Walk like it's hard.
Toa and Hayako. An interesting pair. They were trying to protect their community. From your people, no less. And you killed them. That's worth a slap on the wrist, not a death sentence. I only bring it up because people are growing wary of your empire. With good reason. Just don't give them an excuse to take their anger out on us. Anyway, just wanted to get that off my chest. What are you so curious about? Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions. Of course, she's brilliant, open to anything, and sees the world as she wants it to be. Yatsley gave me my first glass of wine, and the courage to approach a special someone. We have a lot of catching up to do. No one to get jealous over. To call it a relationship would be an insult to the word. But it was fun while it lasted. Animancy is the study of life. Unfortunately, we get so busy that we forget to live. So a little roll in the hay is good for the soul. Yatsley taught me that. Well, not the part about rolling in the hay. That was my idea, and I don't recommend it. Indeed, old friends. When they died, Yatsley protected me. Made sure I had one consistent person in my life. I think that's why she gave me that glass of wine. Why she encouraged me to live my life to the fullest. She was making sure I hit all the milestones I could have missed. Now that she's traveling with us, maybe she can teach you a thing or two. I think that covers everyone. And if my good opinion changes, you'll be the first to hear about it. What's on your mind? Pleasant dreams.
I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it. I thought I'd give it a try. See how it feels? Yatsley's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely? And spiders? No, why would I be? I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin. Scared? Right. You missed my whole point. I'm not about to let you lead Kai into certain death without my backup. You know what? Pretend I didn't say anything. Probably what you were planning to do anyway. Anyway. Not before I've done some reading.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about what happened in Emerald Stair. I know your Emperor sent you here to represent Adir, but the Steel Garrote raising Fior has gotta make things harder for you. Sure, but you couldn't have expected this. The cruelty we saw, it's hard to reconcile that with the place you've called home. I just wanted to know how you're feeling about all this. You'd think this island's big enough, wouldn't you? Anyway, I just want to check in with you. This may be your burden, but you don't have to carry it alone. What's on your mind? I can take watch. I'll be up a while anyway. I've been meaning to talk to you about Katoa and Hayako. You did what you had to do, Envoy. Putting them down was for the best. Given the alternative? Yeah. Those two fought for Rawatai in the Deadfire. They learned how to disrupt enemy movements and destroy supply lines. They'd have nipped and poked at your comrades at Eagle's Reach until Adir finally snapped back. At Thirdborn, most likely. All while the two of them remained secure and defended in their tower. And they found one. Thirdborn's under threat, but if loose cannons like them fire at everything that moves, they'll draw even more trouble to our walls.
They lash out like cornered animals, giving the Steel Garrote a reason to fight back. Not that they need a reason.
Still, better not to give them one. You really think any amount of chest thumping would turn away Ludwig and the Steel Garrote? Or the full force of the Adiran army, if it came to that? You and I both know better. The Living Lands is changing. We've got more ships coming to port every year. If it's not Adir, it'll be someone. Shake the sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
For the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. I always ask nicely. But as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire. I mean, my arm wasn't the only casualty. So why
as childhood, but for silly things. When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Unfortunately, my delightful personality only carries me so far. But they were scholars themselves and appreciated my initiative. They just wanted to supervise me from then on. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams. Do you do that often?
Let's just say we get some funny looks.
Well, next time give the girl some warning, will you? I like it, but not everyone is as open-minded as I am. Thankfully, the dreams are nothing too terrible. Just the usual things. Not studying for an exam, having all your teeth fall out. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams. Oh. Well, just be sure to have a quick release knot if you ever make that fantasy reality. Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
I've been a lot of places I never wanted to go, but that was among the worst.
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go?
I met this animancer one time.
Oh, Envoy, might I steal a moment of your time? Well, it's the waiting that makes the payoff so delicious, don't you agree? I can't believe Fjord's gone. A city of scientists, attacked for no reason. I'm going to personally find every Steel Garrote asshole and turn them to ash. I can't believe we were able to get as many out of town as we were. I suppose I'll have to give him that. But if you tell him I said that, I'll deny it to my dying day. Besides, Quilici and I did just as much to help people out. At least we were able to get everyone to safety. I don't know how things are in Paradise, but at least it's not on fire. I mean, I assume. Long enough that I trust her to do her best by everyone. You see, Emerald Stair has Naku Tedek. For a young and aspiring godless scholar, it was a godsend, if you'll forgive the pun. And, as a young-at-heart godless scholar, I've traveled outside the stair to other ruins. That's how I met Temerti. Thirdborn's close to Naku Kubel, and a girl's gotta eat sometime. Yes, why did I choose to settle down with a gorgeous scientist who loves me? What a mystery. I still go out often. I've catalogued many ruins, but there are always more. And coming home to a warm welcome is lovely. You should try it sometime, darling. Brilliant, Envoy.
You don't have to be an animancer to enjoy the pleasure of their company.
Exactly. Thank you, darling. Even with the stunning lack of animancy in my life, I marched into town and everyone fell in love with me. Oh, part of it is my sparkling personality, of course, but a larger part of it is time. It's hard to hate someone when they drop by your lab with lunch after you've forgotten to eat again. As much as I'd love to, you don't travel with a kitchen. I can't promise anything. My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Quilici and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. I saw a beautiful man across a smoky tavern. Then I dazzled him with my delightful personality. Then he showed me an abandoned ruin outside of town, and I was hooked. Oh, it's not a fairy tale, darling. We've been happy for the most part. Any rough patches got smoothed over well enough. I only thought about killing him once or twice. He's probably thought the same a bit more. I still can't quite believe that everything we've built is gone. A generation of work scattered to the wind. It makes you wonder how everything will turn out. At least Quilici is with them. So I know someone competent is there. Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less frazzled. I've got a lot to think on. Talk to you soon? Try not to have too much fun without me. How can I help, darling? Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie. Do you think those Adirans were onto something? Or were they onto something before you ended their studies? Do you think they could have cured the Dream Scourge? Dearie, the best science has a little danger attached. I just hope we made the right decision. I suppose you're right. But we missed an opportunity to learn more, and we won't get such a chance again. I hate to see it slip through our fingers. Had you left them to their own devices, who knows what we would have gained? A cure might sound far-fetched, but what if they found treatments for the Dream Scourge, and even other ailments? But our loss, I suppose. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Unless there's something else you want to chat about? How can I help, darling? Tired already, Envoy? Well, I'll see you.
Worth and wrath!
Purge the blood!
Worth and wrath!
We see!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Marius, could I examine your soul?
Oh. No, you... Use none. None of that spooky soul business on me.
But I promised to be gentle.
What are you even looking for?
Nothing. Anything. I'm sure I'll know when I find it.
And so will the rest of us.
Worth and wrath!
Worry in the brush!
Everyone okay?
That's done. Well, it's hard.
worse than rot!
You're mine now!
It's worse than rot!
Then
It's worse than rot!
Where? Hey! Over here!
It's worse than rot!
Another glorious battle.
Child's play.
Just whisper on the wind? Muscles in the tide pools, the swell of life. Now our memory is a wound reopened. You are Nimana, one of those who speak for us. Your gift shone a different shade from others of your kind. The souls of the departed danced before you like sea foam. Tell us, what did you make of the songs they sang to you? You were blind to the future as we are. They did not understand. One day, a voice called you to the wilds outside your village. Find us in the highest heights, we said. Come, speak to us. You left your world behind, set off upon uncharted sea. Reflect. The body fights to survive, but the mind is clear. One day, you came to the place where the stone challenged the clouds. Night fell. 100 blazing lights refracted in the sky. We appeared. Your essence joined with ours. We shared what we had seen. You perceived us in new colors. Tell us, Nimana, what did you learn? We hoped you would speak in the silence. Find the answer yourself. You sailed home to the village, eager to share what you had seen. We prickled. Something was wrong. Trouble like salt on the breeze. People had chased the water back. They raised the wood and stone. They built a tremendous temple. They offered us their stores of food. A bond. They cowered before it. They grew jealous of it. They feared you. They feared us. They tried to placate, to control. Your eyes turned up. You saw a statue, a prison. This was not our form. A wellspring boiled. Our cry rose in your throat. This could not stand. Stone smashed on tile. We shuddered. The people's hearts inflamed. They brought their fists upon you. How could you turn against your own? Toadstools for a feast. The ground shakes. The thorns prick. A crack carves through the pillars. Why? We fall. We fall. We did not ask for this power. We see light. The shadows fade. Oh, we remember now. A cut. A chasm as deep as the sea. A wound gouged into our skin in our thrashing. We did this. To punish? To harm? No. We did not think. We nearly flinched. The sun rose on the barren earth. The village had tumbled down the chasm. Only ruins remained. The few who survived faced the wilds, their new home. Hunger, blistered feet. Clouds parted. Hatred gave way to desperation. They looked to you. A calling finally refused. People again condemned to wander. A village, one day, rebuilt. In time, all those who spoke for us came to Thirdborn to face their fate. Tradition without memory, a trial of unknown lineage. We saw the clay settle on the Ammonite, and we learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.